Welcome to everyone present here. Today we're going to be starting off with this first chapter called Nature and Purpose of Business. I'm sure you've listened to the syllabus and the marks allocation for the entire class 11 and first PUC Business Studies. So today we will start off, as I said, with Nature and Purpose of. So this is the mind map of the entire chapter. So this is very important when you are writing the chapter into your notes. You will ensure that you will write the name of the chapter and then copy this down, so that this is very important. This is what you're going to be learning. Okay, so basis on this only I'm going to be teaching you the topics. So in today's session we would be covering the introduction, the concept of business, and the characteristics of business activities. Okay, so as I'm going to cover it over, I'm going to be ticking here so that it's easy for you to understand as well. So let me tick here. So today we'll complete introduction, concept, and characteristics of business activities. Now, what for your notes purpose, I have made notes here, but I'm going to be teaching in a classroom so that it's easy for you to understand. But in case you cannot see what's written on the board, or in case you want to write down the notes into your notebook, you can anytime look here and the entire notes. So you can pause the video and you can write your notes as well. So both the ways I've given you advantage, where there is a class as well as there is notes on the PPT. So that's the reason the video is a little lengthy, because I've included a lot of notes for your purpose, for you to write it down as well as for you to listen. Okay, so these are the notes which you can pause and which you can be writing. Now let's listen to the lecture. Thank you.
Welcome back again. We will start off with our first chapter, that is nature and purpose of business. So in this particular chapter, I am pretty sure you have seen the mind map of this particular chapter. That is, what are the topics that we are going to be learning in this particular chapter. Yes, so in this session today, we will be learning three particular topics. That's going to be nature, okay, introduction. We'll start off with the introduction of the chapter. Then we move on to the concept of business, and then the characteristic features of business. And as we have seen in the mind map, I have also marked which topic is very important. So as I am teaching, it's very important for you to also mark it in your notes as an 8 marker or as a 4 marker. So it's going to be easy and interesting. So when we are going to start off this chapter, let me tell you what is the importance of this particular subject. Now the main reason you have a subject called business studies is because you need to understand what is this word called business. Okay, so the first chapter itself is nature and purpose of business, and in the introduction, in the textbook, what they have given is every human being has to do some or the other work so that he can earn a livelihood, so that he can earn money. So what are they going to do? All these activities what they are performing, that is, activities is nothing but doing work. They are going to buy the raw materials, they are going to buy the things, they are going to make, they are going to convert these raw materials into finished goods, and these finished goods they are going to sell it into the market. So what is the main motive of they performing this particular activity? The main motive is so that they can earn profit or earn money for their livelihood. So that is the reason this is called as business. They termed this activity as business. So what is business? Business is derived from the word called busy. Okay. Again I will let you know, business is derived from the word called busy. Busy means you're being busy, you're doing some activity, you're doing some work. Okay, so this word called being busy, this word called business is an economic activity. What activity is it? Yes, it's an economic activity. So that is an important terminology. See, as I'm teaching, I will give you some important terminologies. Only if these terminologies are there in your answer will be complete. So please ensure as I am teaching, you are marking these terminologies, making note of these terminologies so that it's going to be easy for you. So what activity is it? Business is an economic activity. So what is an economic activity? You're doing the work, whether it's selling, whether it's buying, whether it is manufacturing it. You're again selling these products so that you can earn a living or you can earn profit. So this activity is divided into two, that is economic activity and non-economic activity. Again I will say activities are divided into two, economic activity and non-economic activity. Okay, I have told you in the introduction, every human being needs to do some or the other work. Either he has to work as a doctor, either he has to go and have a business of his own, either he has to work as a nurse, either you have to work as an engineer. Any work that you're doing, you want to earn money for your livelihood. That is what is called as business, or it's called as occupation or employment. We will come to those terminologies later. But you are doing some work. That work is nothing but activities. Now, the word activity is divided into economic activity and non-economic activity. Now, what is this economic activity? Economic activity, it is nothing but it is work which you are doing. It is this work or the activities which you are doing in the motive of earning livelihood or money. All these terminologies what I am speaking is there on the board. Okay, so we look at the board later, but now you please understand. So this word economic activity is divided into three things: business, profession and employment. So if you're doing a business, you're earning money for your livelihood. If you are doing a profession, if you're a doctor, if you're a teacher, if you are let's say a lawyer, you are earning a livelihood. Plus if you are having an employment, that means you're working under someone, you're again earning salary or earning your remuneration. So you're earning a livelihood. So what does it say? Activities are divided into economic activity and non-economic activity. But when it comes to non-economic activity, you're doing it out of love, compassion, you're not earning any money. Okay? So I'll write here no money. Okay? You're doing it out of love, compassion and all these things. So now let's go to our topic. So what is business? Does the word strike you? It's an economic activity. Yes. So business is an economic activity. Okay. It refers to an occupation in which people, without people can you do work? No. Can dogs and monkeys and donkeys do work? No. You require human beings, you require people. So that's the reason I'm giving you live examples. Okay. You need human beings to help you do the work. So you need people who work regularly and engage themselves in activities. What kind of activities are we talking about? Economic activities. Okay. And these activities are related to what? Production, sale of goods and services with the motive of earning profit. Okay. So this is the meaning of the word called business. What is business? Business is derived from the word called busy. Busy means being busy. Okay. So what is business? Business is an economic activity. It is also an occupation which is concerned with the production, purchase, sale, production of goods and services with the motive of earning profit. Okay. Without earning profit, it will not be called as business at all. Okay. Now activities, what is the concept of business? So I'll take introduction here. Next one is concept of business. Under concept of business, the word business you already know. Activities are divided into two: economic activities and non-economic activities. Economic activities are those activities which you are doing the work in order so that you can earn your livelihood. Okay, that is either through a business, either through a profession or either through an employment. Second one is non-economic activity. Non-economic activity, you're not doing it in the motive of earning a profit. You're doing it in the motive of earning you're doing it out of love. You're doing it out of compassion. So what are the examples for it also? We will let you know. Now, this is economic activity. Economic activities are those which we perform or do in the motive of doing our livelihood or earning a livelihood. Example is what? A doctor is checking the patient in his clinic, for which he is getting money out of it. Lecturer or teacher is teaching the students, for which he is getting salary for it. So what is it? It is nothing but it's an economic activity. So non-economic activity, again we will divide it here: business, profession and employment. It's divided into. Now, non-economic activity, it is an activity which is performed out of love, sympathy, sentiments, compassion towards a human person. Example, let's give you a basic example. Do you know any examples for it? Example is your mom cooking food for the entire family. Why is she cooking food for the entire family? Because she loves her children, she loves her husband, so that's the reason. She doesn't want to make them starve, so that's the reason she cooks food for them. She's doing it out of love, she's doing it out of sympathy. Children are polishing the father's shoes, or let's say children are helping the mother in cooking, children are helping in cleaning the house. What is all this? All this is done out of love and compassion. So all this is termed as non-economic activity. Yes, I hope you understood. So that's the example you need to know. Now, this is the basis of what you will be learning in the chapter. So as we go further, you will be learning what is the difference between business, profession and employment. And again, business will be further divided into industry and commerce. Okay, I'll just do a small division here. Business will be further divided into industry and commerce. Now, why industry and commerce? Again, industry will be sub-classified. Okay. Again, I am mentioning business here will be divided into industry and commerce. But profession will not be divided into anything. Employment will not be divided into anything. Now, what is this terminology called business? Again, we have written the meaning here. No? So, again, I have written it there so that it gets into your head and you are crystal clear of what you're going to be learning. So business is concerned with what? It's an economic activity which is concerned with the production, purchase and what? Sale of goods and services with the motive of earning profit. Yes. What is profession? If you want to become a professional, you need to do your educational course or qualified course in an educational institution. You need to require specialized skill and knowledge. I'll write it here. Skill and knowledge. Without these things, you cannot be called as a professional. Example, doctor, lawyer, lecturer, teacher. All these people need to have their skill, need to have their knowledge, need to finish their qualification to be called as professionals. Example, doctor. Only if he completes his MBBS, only if he completes his further higher education and practices in this whatever, let's say when he is doing his MBBS itself, he has to go a tedious procedure of checking patients and all that. So only if he has the required skill and knowledge, he will be called as a profession. Yes, right. Only if a lecturer learns, does her MCom or gets qualified in an educational institution, possesses those degrees and certificates, will they be called as a professional lecturer. Otherwise, they cannot be called as a lecturer. So, what is a profession? Professional is nothing but rendering of technical and specialized skills, expert advices and personal services. Example, so the main words is specialized, skill and knowledge. If these words are not there, your answer will become wrong. Okay? And whatever knowledge you possess, you have to possess that qualification in an educational institution. You need to learn and you need to possess this. Only then you will get the skill and knowledge. Okay? Otherwise, you will not get those things. So, the third one is employment. What is employment? It's nothing but occupation. Now, what is this occupation? You see these MNC companies like IBM, like Accenture, Goldman Sachs, all these are huge MNC companies, okay? So, if you don't know what are these MNC companies, they are multinational companies where their headquarters is in abroad. Abroad means out of India, and they have branches set up in India, okay? So, these companies are huge companies. If you've seen Manyata Tech Park and if you've seen your Electronic City, Bangman Tech Park and all, you will see a huge company is there. So, all these are called MNC companies. Later, I'll give you the detail of whatever of these MNCs are. I'll teach you in the further chapters. So, what is it? People who finish their degree, BCom, MBA, MCom, if you don't want to be a lecturer, you want to work in a company, you can, they'll call forth for you, they'll call you for an interview and you can go and join them as an employee. So what is it? It's nothing but occupation where you are called as an employee. So if I'm going and giving my interview in an MNC company, I want to work with them, I will be called as an employee. They will be called as my employer because they are hiring me, they are taking me into their organization. So I will be called as an employee, they will be called as employer, for which they will be paying me some payment, okay, not some payment, they will be Remuneration is nothing but salary. Okay, what is the word? Remuneration. Remuneration means salary. Okay, so I hope you understood whatever these topics I have explained. Again, we will do a brief up. The meaning of business, you know. Okay, this you for your introduction you can write the meaning of business. Then the concept of business, nothing but activities are divided into two: economic activity, non-economic activity. Economic activity is divided into business, profession and employment, and then business is further divided into industry and commerce. Then non-economic activity is done out of love and compassion, and then economic activity, business, you know, it's an economic activity which is relates to the purchase, production, sale of goods and services with the motive of earning profit. Profession, you require specialized skill and knowledge which you gain in an educational institution through your qualification, and only then you can be called as a professional. Example, your lawyer, doctors, teachers. Then, what is employment? Employment refers to an important word called occupation, where you are working in an organization below someone, so you are called as an employee and the other person is called as an employer, and you are rendering your service. This work, what you're doing it in a regular base. You are not doing it in, let's say you're not working for a day and quitting, not working for a month and quitting. You're doing it for a period of, let's say, 1 or 2 years. So it is rendering of your service or your work, what you're doing it regularly, for which the employer pays you remuneration or payment. Remuneration is nothing but salary. Okay, I hope you understood. So let's move into our next topic, that is characteristics, features of business. Now, you already know what is the meaning of business, profession and employment. Now, keeping these three meanings in your mind, we will learn what are the characteristic features of business. Now, one small thing I want to give you, one small tip I want to tell you. Always remember, characteristic features is a very important question which will come for an 8 marker or will be asked for your 4 marker in most of your tests and even in your final exam. But what is the tip I want to tell you? The tip is, always remember the points which come below the characteristic features for any chapter you take will come from the meaning. Okay? Now, how does it work? Let's directly look into it so that you understand. Now, the first point says it's an economic activity. Does it strike a rod into your head? What is an economic activity? Business is an economic activity. Yes, this word you already learned it in your meaning of business. That's the best word. Business is an economic activity. So you already know the first point, economic activity, for which I'll give you the explanation as well. Second point is production, procurement of goods and services. Have you learned this word? Business is an economic activity which relates to the production, okay, of goods and services. Production, sale is here, yes. So the third point has sale, the second point has production. Procurement is also called as production itself. Then dealing in goods and services on a regular base. Dealing is a simple word. Even if you have not learned it or it's not coming in the meaning, it is very simple, which I will teach you in the explanation. Profit earning is our last word in the meaning called business, with a motive of earning profit. Yes, so this word is also there. So it's only the dealing and uncertainty of returns is something that you need to learn as points. Please understand, this topic is a definite 8 marker and it's a very important 8 marker or may be asked for a 4 marker. Now, how are you supposed to write your 8 marker and 4 markers? I will let you know it. I will let you know as we start learning. Now, let's start off. So, what is the question? They'll ask you, explain the characteristics or features of business. So, the first point is it's an economic activity. Now, what is an economic activity? Business is an economic activity. Economic activity means what? It is an activity which is performed with the motive of earning profit or livelihood. You're doing it so that, and whatever activity you're doing it on a regular basis. You're not stopping and you're not starting it off. So, business is an economic activity, it is a continuous activity, you're doing it with the motive of earning profit. So, what else is there? Example, the shopkeeper is purchasing goods and he's keeping it in his shop, but he is not selling it, so he is only selling it for one single day, remaining all the days the shop is being closed. Is that what called as an economic activity? No. The shopkeeper is opening a shop, he is having all the goods, regularly he is selling his goods. So that is what is called as an economic activity. So the second one is production and procurement of goods and services. Now what is this production? Production refers to manufacturing, or let's say making or producing your goods and services. Okay. Now what is this production? It's nothing but you're buying the raw materials. Example I'll give you. You want to, let's say you want to run a cement company. If you want to run a cement company, directly you cannot have a cement bag. No. What is, you need to start off from the scratch. You need to buy the machinery, you need to have a land, you need to have a building, you need to have the required raw materials, let's say like mud, water, then gypsum, whatever the gravel stones, whatever is the raw materials. So what is that? That's what is called as production. Okay, you are having the required raw materials so that you can start off with producing. Then what are you doing? With the help of the machines, you are mixing the different items, that's mud, gravel, stones, everything you're mixing, and then you're setting a certain temperature, and then the output is what is called as cement. So there is a certain procedure that you need to follow. That certain procedure is what is called as your business. Okay, so what is it? Production is nothing but raw materials, whatever you are producing, you are manufacturing. So this production, whatever you are following, either can be for goods or it can be for services. G stands for goods and here it's for services. Now what is it? Goods is nothing but, it's a tangible asset which you can touch, which you can feel, you can taste, okay, and you can even, other people can also see it, like your biscuits, like your soaps, all these are something called as goods. Okay, so the company, or let's say the business, can manufacture goods, or the business can even manufacture, they can manufacture service, they can produce services. Like what? The service of a doctor, okay, or let's say the service of a beautician, okay, in a beauty parlor. So what is it? The service is an intangible asset, you can feel the service. Okay, so before goods are offered for consumption, before you are selling it, before you are offering it for your consumers, what you need to do? You need to produce it. Only if you are producing your goods can you actually sell it. So goods are what? Like let's say ghee, soaps, all these are goods. Services are what? Services which is provided by, let's say a doctor. Services provided by an engineer. Services provided by a teacher, teaching. Okay. So all these cannot be produced, but all these can be offered. Okay. So this third point is sale and exchange of goods and services. So what have you done here? You have produced your goods, you have manufactured your goods. These goods that you have produced, these goods that you have manufactured, now what you are going to do? You have to sell it. Directly or indirectly, you are selling your goods for value. So let's say the cement bag you have manufactured, let's say each bag you have manufactured it for 100 rupees. But when you are selling it into the market, will you sell it for 100 rupees? No, you need to earn profit. So you will sell it for let's say 200 rupees or 150 rupees, a big bag. So what is it? Directly or indirectly, the business is involved in the transfer and in the sale or exchange of goods and services. That is, you are a wholesaler, from the wholesaler, you are the manufacturer. From the manufacturer, the goods will be passed on to the wholesaler. You know those wholesale shops which give the goods at discounted prices, or in bulk they will buy the goods. So these wholesalers will again sell the goods to small retailers, small shops close by your house. And then consumers will come and buy it from the retailers. If you know a wholesaler, you can go and buy your goods from the wholesaler also. So what is it? Directly or indirectly, every business is involved in the transfer and exchange of goods or services for a certain value. That certain value is what is called as money. Then what else are they telling? Okay, example, if your mother is cooking food for you in the house, is that going to be called as a business? No, that's called as a non-economic activity. Yes, you already know it. So that is nowhere going to be involved here. This is business where you are earning your livelihood, you are concentrating on earning profit. Okay, so mother cooking food, you doing work, and you cooking food and giving it for someone for 1 day, 2 days and all is not called business. And even if you are doing it for let's say once or twice, if you are taking money from someone, I'll come to in the next point. Now what is this? Dealing in goods and services on a regular basis. G stands for goods, S stands for services. Dealing in goods and services on a regular basis. Now what is it? That is what I wanted to tell you. Let's say you planning to open a restaurant, okay, a small restaurant in your house only. Let's not even say restaurant. You are cooking food and you agree to distribute food to someone, and they say every day I'll pay you 100 rupees for the food that you're giving me for breakfast and lunch. Okay, so you also agree to do that. You're doing it for a week and then you are stopping. Is that what is called as business? No. Okay, that is not called as business. One single transaction or one single week transaction what you have is not called as business. Business is an ongoing activity of whatever you are doing. Okay, so what is it? One single transaction is not termed as business. Business is a regular ongoing process. Okay, you're doing it for months together, you're doing it for years together. So dealing in goods and services on a regular basis, months or years together, it continues. Okay, that is what is termed as business. If you're cooking food and you're giving it for someone, they agree to pay you 100 rupees, 200 rupees, you stop after a month and all, is not termed as business at all. Okay, so what are they saying? One single transactions of sale and purchase is nowhere termed as business. Okay, so the next one is profit earning. This word also you know. The main aim of every business activity is for you to earn your livelihood, for you to earn profit. Without profit, a business cannot survive for a long period of time. So let's say you are having a shop where you are selling saris and salwar materials and whatnot you are selling, all related to women items which women love to buy. So what is happening? Your shop is not earning much of profit. Will you be able to sustain or run on a long basis? No, you cannot. Why? Because you're not making profit. So what is happening? The business is undergoing loss. Very soon you will have to close down your shop. Why? Because you are undergoing a loss. And one more thing, for any business, the initial amount you have to invest, the initial amount what you're investing to start a business is what is called as capital. Okay. Now example I'll tell you. You wanted to open this shop to sell your salwars and your saris and whatnot you want to sell, which people really love. Now the initial capital, initial investment what you're doing is, let's say 50,000 rupees. Now this 50,000 rupees what you're investing to buy all the materials and the saris, and you're helping in transportation, you're paying the transportation guy, you're helping in advertising, pamphlets you're distributing, all this is what you're doing. You're having a shop, you have to arrange it in your shop. All this is what you're doing, for which you have to be spending your money from this 50,000. So this is called as capital. You're investing a capital of 50,000. This capital is spent for various other, let's say, needs. Now what is happening? You should ensure when you start selling your materials or when you start selling your goods, you need to get back your money. Okay, you need to earn more than 50,000. Why? Because that's what is considered as profit. So no business can run for long without profit. Okay, if the business runs for long without profit, it will be termed as loss. Next one is uncertainty of return. Now this 50,000 example I gave you, 50,000 is the capital I have invested in my business. Now tell me, this 50,000 capital I have invested in my business, can I get it back immediately? No. Over a period of 6 months, or let's say over a period of 1 year, is when I will get back my returns of 50,000 what I have invested in my business. Why? Because people will come, they will see, they will select, I have to again keep buying things. So what is happening? It is not very easy for me to earn profit. So I am very uncertain. I don't know whether I am going to earn a profit. I am taking a huge risk in whatever business I am going to do. This is a small shop business, example I have given you. But there are so many businesses where they will invest a capital of 1 crore and 2 crore. So you need to always calculate the risk. Okay, I'll come into the future topics, as future sessions I'll teach you that. But what is there? You always need to analyze at least a small risk what you will be gaining. So based on the risk, based on the calculation of the risk, you need to gain some knowledge. You cannot gain 100% knowledge with what risk you will have, because the tastes of people are continuously changing. Today you like Lay's green packet, okay, American Lay's you like. Tomorrow you like the blue flavor, tomorrow you like baked Lays. So what is happening? The tastes of people are continuously changing, or suddenly you say I don't like Lays at all, I like Bingo. Okay, so what is it? Continuously the taste, the fashion, the trend of people are continuously changing. So the business people cannot always predict the risk that they will be undergoing. Okay, so they do not know. Why? What do they lack? They lack knowledge, because we don't know what the future holds for us. We never knew that this corona, this COVID pandemic would come and we would be doing online teaching, right? So what is happening? This is something that we are uncertain of. We really don't know. So the business people are uncertain, and we don't really know if we can get back the amount of capital what we have invested, because the risk is uncertain. We don't know. So again, let's do a paraphrase of what we learned. The first point, economic activity. What's an economic activity? Business is an economic activity which relates to the production, sale, exchange of goods and services with the motive of earning profit. So whatever economic activity is done here in business has to be done on a regular basis. And the second one is production and procurement of goods and services. Before goods are going to be sold to the consumers for consumption, they need to be produced, they need to be manufactured, they need to be bought. That is, raw materials need to be bought, they need to be converted into a finished product. That's the example of cement, I believe. If you want to let's say manufacture Lays, you need to first buy the potatoes, wash the potatoes, scrape the potatoes, dry it. There's a certain process. That's what is called as production. Okay, so third one is sale and exchange of goods and services. What is it? Directly or indirectly, every business or every person is involved in this transfer and sale of goods for the motives, for some value. What value? Money value. So now you have produced the Lays packet, you are setting a value of 10 rupees, 15 rupees, and you are going to sell it. You are going to sell it to a wholesaler. You are the manufacturer, so you are selling it to a wholesaler. From the wholesaler it reaches the retailer. From the retailer it reaches the consumer for final consumption. Then dealing in goods and services on a regular basis. So what is it? When you're going to do a business activity, it's not a one-day activity, it's not a one-month activity, but it's a regular activity of years together. Okay, so what is it? One single transaction is not called as business. You continuously need to continue your business. Next one is profit earning. The main purpose of every business is for you to earn profit, for you to earn your livelihood, and for you to earn money. The business cannot survive for long without money. Okay, so what is happening here? Without profit, if the organization is not earning profit over a period of, let's say, 2 years or 3 years, then the business has to close down. Again, if it's a bigger business, you cannot earn profit in like 1 or 2 years. You have to work hard. But if it's a small shop and all, probably you can earn your profits in 6 months, or let's say 1 year, within 1 year. Then the last one is uncertainty of returns. What are you lacking? You lack knowledge, because you cannot predict what's happening in the future, like how we are teaching you now because of the pandemic. So you cannot predict the future, and the taste and the preference and the likings of people continuously change. So I hope you understood this topic, and let me pick here telling that we have completed the introduction, the concept of business, and characteristic features of business. So these 3 topics, and remember this is an 8 marker, a very important topic.